Hey there, everybody. This is Philip W. Dunn, Chamber and Business Engagement Manager. Real excited to be here with you all today. Glad that you all are attending the Ingredients for Success Entrepreneurs Initiative. So happy that we could share this information with you and give you all an opportunity to win one of the awards. I'm Philip W. Dunn, Chamber Business Engagement Manager. I encourage you all to drop your information, your first name, last name, and business name into the chat, and then all of your questions, please drop them into the QA. And I'll turn it over to my colleague, Tiffany Mays Erler.
Thank you so much. Happy Thursday. Happy to see everyone in the webinar today, all the registrants. My name is Tiffany Mays Ahelor, USBC Programs Manager. And it's that time of year again. As you run through these steps with our team today, do know we will be sending you the deck after this, step by step. Process of how to apply for this award opportunity. I'm happy to be here. I'm also happy to answer your questions. We'll give you that email at the end of this webinar. Thanks, Elisa. Thanks, Phil.
Thanks to both of you. Appreciate your help and support always. Just know we are monitoring the Q&A, and so things that we can answer, we will. If we need to get some additional answers for you, just know that we will include that in our recap when we send everything back to you. This is being recorded, and as Tiffany mentioned, we will share the deck. But I'm not going to go through the whole deck today. We're going to do a few pages. As my team knows, I like to keep things a little bit more interactive. And so what I'd like to do first is introduce our webinar topic today, which is the Famous Amos competition pitch application process. And so as we go along, again, if you have any questions, please drop them in the Q&A. You can also email us at programs with an S at usblackchambers with an S.org, and we'll make sure that we get your questions answered. So we're excited again as the U.S. Black Chambers to be able to partner with Famous Amos to launch the 2025 Ingredients for Success Entrepreneurs Initiative. This is our second year with the program, and we're very excited to bring this to you. Ingredients for Success is the Entrepreneurs Initiative is an annual national program. It's in its fifth year, and it provides three $50,000 capital awards, as well as resources and mentorship to Black early stage business owners. This initiative aims to provide Black business owners with the tools and resources that lead to long-term success. And the program also helps to increase the capacity of early stage Black-owned businesses and coaches them on creating business sustainability. We've seen really great success from our past winning businesses, and we're excited for all of you to join us this year in enjoying not only the application process, but also the resources that will be available on this website. We are happy to share with you a video from Rashna Patel, who is the Vice President for Distinctive Brands at Ferrero. And is responsible for Famous Amos's initiative, this Ingredients for Success initiative, with a focus on brand development, innovation, and execution of strategic marketing plans. So right now, please join me as we receive a warm welcome from this video that Rajna has prepared for us.
Hi, I'm Rashna Patel, Vice President of Marketing for Famous Amos. Welcome to Year 5 of the Famous Amos Ingredients for Success Entrepreneurs Initiative. Ingredients for Success is a national program that provides a capital award, mentorship, networking opportunities, and educational resources for early stage Black entrepreneurs in partnership with the U.S. Black Chambers. Entrepreneurship is at the heart of the Famous Amos brand, a legacy established 50 years ago by our founder, Wally Amos. This program was created in 2020 to honor his entrepreneurial spirit and support the next generation of passionate Black business owners. Just like our Famously You campaign highlights authentic individuals, this program celebrates the unique qualities that each business owner brings to the table. Now in its fifth year, we are looking for our next group of 3 entrepreneurs to win a $50,000 capital award, along with a suite of educational resources, mentorship, and networking. Over the past 4 years, the program has provided 12 amazing businesses a total of $600,000 in awards and resources to foster growth and their long-term success. Check out the website Famous Amos Ingredients for Success.com to learn how to apply, learn about previous winners, our esteemed judges, and find valuable business resources. We look forward to reviewing your submissions and making sure you have the right ingredients for success. Good luck.
Thank you as always, Rajna, for that great video. Now what we're going to do is I am going to jump into the website to really share how you'll navigate this. I'll encourage the team to also insert any comments. Really what we want to do is really help prepare you for the application process, as well as give you some tips and tricks of the things that we saw as we reviewed these applications last year. So Tiff, if you could stop sharing, I am going to share the website. Okay, I hope everybody can see that. And so let me just talk a little bit about how we've approached this year. We really wanted to provide additional information to you around the program, also give you sort of an overview of the legacy of the program. As I mentioned, we brought in a number of our business resources so that they're at your fingertips to utilize. And again, we'll go through the rules, we'll go through the steps that would make it really easy for you to apply. And so what you see here is the landing page for the program. Famous Amos Ingredients for Success Entrepreneurs Initiative. It gives an overview. This, as I mentioned earlier, that IFS creates pathways for early stage Black businesses to thrive by providing $150,000 in capital awards, mentorship, networking, and educational resources. And so this program honors Wally Amos's legacy because he created the famous Amos cookies, of which I know many of you are probably aware of. Right now, our application process is open. It opened March 12th. It closes April 23rd. And so you got, as you can see, the timer here, you got about 34 days to apply for this. So I just want to sort of run through a few of the buttons that you see here, which kind of give you an overview of the program, talks a little bit about the award recipients and the awards that are given out, the partnership that we have with Famous Amos Ingredients for Success, tells you about the business resources, as well as the legacy, as I mentioned, of the program. And so what we're going to do is we are really going to start at the beginning, which is when you come to this page, you're going to hit a button that says apply now. So the application process, before you hit that button, what we want you to know is when your submissions are, how we're judging the competition. We're going to select 10 finalists. Then they're going to have a separate judging crew that is going to select the 3 winners, and winners will be announced somewhere around July 1st. So it's very easy to get started with this apply now button. Before we do that, what I'd love to do is just walk you through the rest of the site. In the second section of the site, we have submission requirements. So again, as you click on each of these buttons, what we like to tell everyone is if you follow the submission requirements, it makes it a lot easier when it's time to go to the application portal to put your information in. So if you prepare yourself in advance, it'll take you literally 10 minutes to get everything in. So it includes your name, your business address, email, your tax ID number, or employer ID number, a business overview of about 250 words, a link to your website and your social media channels, your headshot, as well as a 90 to 120 second pitch video. And so when you get to the site, you'll be uploading all of those. There are official rules that guide this. And if you click on official rules, you'll be able to see the list of those rules. And there's some additional application components. Once we select the 10 finalists, those 10 finalists will be submitting a 500-word summary explaining their business's greatest need and how they will use this award. So that's a very critical component before the final 3 winners are selected. And then what's great about this right now is that you have access to a lot of our programming at USBC as well as our events. And so as we move through the site, we'll be showing you that. We have other resources as well. We highlighted about the top 8 of those resources for you, but just know that you still have us to always check in on throughout this process and beyond. These are our winners and judges. So our judges right now are Steve Canal, Sean Amos, and Brittany Rhodes. If you click on full bio, you'll be able to see each of their bios. Steve worked with us last year. He's a great motivator, mentor, provides a lot of insight on things. And so we're excited to have him here. Sean Amos is related, obviously, to Wally Amos. And so we're excited that he can be with us as well for this judging period. And then finally, we have Brittany Rhodes. And you'll see she's a founder of Black Girl Magic. And so you'll get an opportunity, she'll get an opportunity to see those applications that move to the next level. Last year's winners were Adrienne Gadling. Again, just clicking on here, you'll be able to see her bio. She owns 10 City Spa. Corey Banks, who owns Mod Shop Modular. And we were really excited for Corey because Corey, I think, had entered for 3 years and he was really successful last year. So we're really happy for him. And Elizabeth Renee, who has a great little card game called POUP, which is a party game celebrating Black college students and their graduates. So that gives you a little bit of an overview there. We also have frequently asked questions so that if you're interested in, besides these drop downs that just go through the basic information, key deadline dates, goals that program is trying to achieve. We have a link for you to go and look at the FAQs around the program as well. So you can do that. This is the other area of the resources that I mentioned that USBC provides. And so we've given you links to a number of different resources around business training, business essentials. It sort of walks you through sort of a 1, 2, 3 step of really shoring up your business for growth. And so there's lots of ways to really engage the work we do. I'm going to mention a couple. We put on a number of webinars a year. So you are always invited to join one or more of our webinars throughout the course of the year. We have work that we do with Verizon Digital Ready program. Every once in a while, they will announce a grant opportunity as well. And so, you know, if you're a member of that, you'll be able to get that information, as well as some really great resources across a variety of scopes for your business. And then we also have a relationship with a community development financial institution, or CDFI, lendistry.com. You'll have access to those resources. We have our business directory by black.us. Also allows you not only to onboard your business so that nationally consumers can see you, but also offers a certification program for Black-owned businesses. And then we also have a women's business center in Greenwood, but a lot of the work that we do is virtual. And so you can always take advantage of it, whether you're male or female. So you're not precluded from participating in that. And then finally, as we get to the bottom of the site, just a little bit about Famous Amos, a little bit about USB-C. So you can feel free to click on those buttons as well. Now, one of the things that will happen when you click on this button, Apply Now, is that you will go through a pre-screen process. So you will fill out your first and last name, your email address, your company name. Let us know whether or not you are a nonprofit or not. If your business is 90% or more Black owned. And so you can see all of the questions that we ask. That pre-screening process enables us to be able to determine your eligibility. So that will be sort of your first step. Once you get through that step and you've met all the requirements, you will then go to the application portal. So I want to go to the application portal now. Before I do that, Phil or Tiffany, do you want to add anything before I move into sort of the meat of this, which is what's really important that people be able to demonstrate as we go through the application portal process?
Sure, I'd love to jump in really quick. I dropped in the chat, Elisa, some of the eligibility. I know all of you on the call, the webinar, are going to go through line by line and check out those rules and regulations. But two really popular questions that we get are the cutoff date for if your business is 5 years or younger. That is your credential, right? So your business, look in the chat. It says the initiative is open to entrepreneur applicants who meet the following eligibility requirements. Business must be at a minimum 90% Black owned in businesses for 5 years or less as of April 23rd, 2025. So really check your Secretary of State's date that you have licensed to make sure that you fall within that time frame. Also, another very popular question we get, Elisa and everyone, is it cool for nonprofits? This award opportunity specifically is not available, unfortunately, for nonprofits. This is for-profit award entrepreneurship. Elisa, that was all I wanted to share.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much for that. Anything on your end, Phil, before we move? He's probably monitoring.
Hey, Lisa, my apologies. I was trying to get off mute, but I think that Tiffany covered everything quite well. So there's nothing else to add. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So when you are directed to the application site after going through the pre-screen, you're going to create a username and a password to get into the site. And then you're going to be directed to this form. And so I wanted to go through the form. I also want us to share with you just some of our thought process and some of the things that the Famous Amos team is looking for as they're doing their final award selection for both the 10 finalists as well as the 3 award winners. So I mentioned at the website, within that second phase application requirements, and there's a drop down there that talks about kind of all of the pieces that you need. Again, prepare that in advance. It pretty much follows what you see here. So we're going to have you put in your first name, your last name, your email address, your business name, and your business address. We're also going to ask for your EIN, or tax employer identification number, or tax ID number. And then we're going to ask you for a business overview. Typically, we don't want you to go over 250 words on the business overview. The business overview should also talk about not only how you formed your business and why you formed your business, but the importance of this grant to your business, and how you want to use this award moving forward. What purposes you want to use the award for, why you were inspired by by Famous Amos, by Wally Amos as part of this. So there are some key things that we want to make sure that you include when you're talking about your business overview. Really, really essential. You don't have a lot of time. I would suggest writing it, rewriting it, leveraging ChatGPT or whatever AI tool you have that can make it more concise, that gets right to the meat of the application process in terms of you being able to talk about why you need the money, how you're using the money, how this program helps, a little bit of overview about your business and your growth strategy. All those things are important. Phil and Tiffany, you want to add anything to that?
I will jump in. Alisa, thanks for that. For everyone on the call, it's funny, people love to hear their name. When my son is applying for scholarships for schools, he can submit the same essay to everyone generally, or he can specialize the same essay to each specific scholarship. That's what you want to do here. You want to take your submission and you want to specialize it to Famous Amos. So, if you don't know anything, just Google it really quick and specialize your submission, your little brief, it's a brief video. Acknowledge Famous Amos. Tell us what about Famous Amos in your business, why you're even applying. That is so important. There's a lot of applicants that apply for this award, and that is what I would suggest. That's my tip and my trick, Alisa.
I would agree. I also agree with looking at the previous winners, getting an understanding of their businesses, the kinds of things that they're doing. You might want to look a few of them up at their website, just sort of see the kinds of things that are going on. But it's really important to kind of hit some of these key points to make your essay stand out.
Can I add to
Sure, Phil.
Philip in the background here, and in addition to what Alisa and Tiffany shared, definitely talk about how your business can impact either the consumer market. Talk about how you want to grow. Be very specific in what you want to achieve if you were to get this award, and really make sure that that stands out and stands above anything else. The fact that you all are on this call sort of puts you, heads and shoulders above everyone else in who's going to be pursuing this. So definitely glad that you got here first to get this firsthand information, because we're going to be looking through all of the criteria, all of the submissions, but definitely make sure that it's specific. It's tied to the name of the brand that we're working with here in Famous Amos, and make sure that you let us know what you hope your outcome will be if you are awarded. So I'll pause there and turn it back over to Elise.
No, thank you, team. I appreciate that. Moving through, a really critical component is your business being 90% Black owned. Again, there are some questions that we do duplicate from the pre-screen to this because we want to make sure that those who are eligible are really part of this process. Your business start date is critical. Whether or not you're headquartered in the United States. So if you are in Puerto Rico or the Virgin Islands or other Commonwealth territories or possessions, you are not eligible. So you have to be within the 50 states. And then what's always helpful for us is a link to your website. If you don't have a link to your website, at least a social media link. That gives us an opportunity to really understand who your company is, what you're doing, tying it back to what you've talked about in your business overview. So that's really critical. We also ask you to upload a headshot as well as a pitch video. Again, that pitch video should be have some of the key points that you put in your business overview, but really be compelling as to why you deserve this award. The time is really important. If you go over the time, I will tell you that it disqualifies your application. So time is really important in this. And then it has an electronic signature in this. You don't have to worry about it because it's tied to your user name and password. And that's essentially it in submitting the application. So I'm going to stop there. Team, you have any other questions or any other thoughts around the actual submission form that we've just discussed?
I just checked Q&A. We definitely have questions queued up when you are ready, Alisa. Question number 1, if a company applied last time and was not selected as a finalist, is it encouraged to reapply?
Absolutely. I mentioned to you that one of our winners last year had applied 3 times, and the third time was the charm. So definitely, please reapply. What happens is we have found that the more you reapply, the more fine-tuned your business overview description, your pitch video, it gets very, very fine-tuned. And so I think it's a great idea to be able to submit again.
Alisa, additionally, it appears that grants are awarded to companies with social justice community angle. If one's company is a CPG adjacent brand, is it even worth applying, or are you looking for a specific type of companies to support?
So the companies that are applying are for-profit businesses. They are not specifically social justice businesses. So consumer product goods are fine. Service companies are fine. You don't have to have a specific social justice cause in what you're doing. The idea here is that you are an entrepreneur looking to grow their business. You've got a customer base that you want to provide more products or services to. You need to be telling that story about how you're looking to grow. This is really a growth development strategy.
Jumping in and saying, yes, we will be sharing the recording of this webinar as well as the slides to the presentation that we've prepared that we didn't even show because we walked you through. So no worries. Next question. Do the judges, Alisa, judge for top 10, top 3, or both?
The judges judge the top 10 that come out of the selection process from our team. So for instance, last year we had over 3,000 applications. We selected 10 participants to be finalists to be reviewed for that next round. So we give those 10 to the judges. The judges select the final 3 who become the awardees.
Is there an exclusion to hemp products that are non-THC based? For example, a hemp protein powder.
Or CBD. We were going to have to get you more information on that. There is an exclusion in the rules around what we call sort of sin industries. I'm not sure if CBD is falling in the sin industry category. So we would need to ask that question.
That's a great question, isn't it? All right, let's see. If a business owner has...
It might be a sin in some cities, in some states where it's not in others. So we'll have to ask that question and figure that out.
If a business owner has more than 2 startups, will they be eligible to submit an entry for both?
You should only submit one. So pick whichever business you want to be considered.
Is DC included in the 50 states?
Yes, it is.
Can I go back to our submit application to fix it?
You can. So if you submit the application, you cannot go back. Once you've submitted it, it's done. If you don't submit it, it's still in a draft form. So you can go back anytime up until April 23rd, 11:59 Pacific Daylight Time.
Okay.
If you exceed that time, if you're in it at midnight, you cannot even submit your application at all. So I would suggest submitting based on you really sitting down first and preparing to submit a full application, as opposed to submitting and then thinking, oh, let me go back and fix this. You can do that, but sometimes, time goes by and passes quickly. And so I don't want you to be in a situation where you're unable to access the portal.
Excellent. I love this question. If my business ownership is a combination of African American and Asian, do we qualify to submit for this program?
You must be 90% African American business. So you have to determine in your legal designation of your company whether or not your business is 90% Black owned. And what that means is the sphere of ownership 90%, is the control 90%, So when you see the official rules and we can, I just did a little blurb on this the other day. If we need to give more information about that, we can, but it should be 90% controlled across the board. Controlled, owner, operated.
Alisa, for the finalists, the rules mention that they'll be asked to share the pitch video they make on their socials for engagements and votes. So how is that assessed by the judges? How much of a factor does it play?
So it doesn't really play any factor in this, and let us go back and check that. That might be an old requirement. We don't necessarily send these out to be judged by the general public.
Mhm. What if you registered your business more than 5 years ago, but it's only been in function? But did not actually launch until 3 years ago.
If your documents say 5 years ago, more than 5 years ago, then you're not eligible.
And the documentation that serves as the proof for that business start is the Secretary
Your
of State.
EIN number. So the designation that you get from your EIN number, whatever you filed with your Secretary of State, that's what determines your date.
Okay, that's answering a lot of questions. I am pre-revenue. Can I still submit, or I do have an EIN?
Yes, you can submit as long as you're less than 5 years old.
Answered that. Recording will be shared. If a business has multiple services, can the applicant apply based on all or one of their services only?
So you're applying as your company. You are going to have to make that determination when you complete your overview and your video as to what your business actually does and where your growth is going to be the focus of what you're doing. This is about scaling your business. It's not necessarily about scaling 5 different types of businesses. It's scaling one particular area. So I think it would be important for you to think about which area do you do the most business in.
I think this is a very popular question among many startup businesses. My business is registered, but not yet operating. Can I still apply? I'm in the process of securing grants and loans.
Again, I'm going to go back to depending on when you registered your business. If it is more than 5 years ago, you are not eligible to apply. If it is not, then you're fine. If it's less than 5, you're fine.
Mhm. And what I've done, Alisa, is I've packaged up, made note of all the questions because I really want to go through and make sure I'm not repeating questions and wasting people's time because these are great questions. So everyone on this webinar right now, Alisa, if I may, package this up and send it out with the recording and the slides with answers.
Absolutely. And what we would encourage you to do, we're answering your questions here, but I would encourage you to leverage the official rules. Tiffany put those in the chat. I believe they're also, let me just see, I think they're in this section as well. Yes. Yeah. So these are the official rules for 2025. That one section I showed you, we have to update. You need to be governed by these rules. So again, we will look at your questions and make sure that we've answered them across these rules, but we are not the end all be all. These rules are the ones that guide the program.
All right, I'm keeping time. I'm always the stern timekeeper, Alisa. We have closing slides.
Yeah, so I'm going to stop sharing. Again, I want to thank you all for joining us this evening. We're really excited about you submitting your application and being able to review all of them. It really has been a joy for us to do this program. Last year, as I mentioned, was our first year, and really looking at everybody's entry was just an amazing experience for us as well. So again, I want to thank you for joining. I'm going to stop sharing right now. Here we go. Okay. And I'm going to turn it over to Tiffany.
Appreciate you, Alisa. All of you on the call, if you don't already know, Buy Black is your firm. This is the question. Is your firm looking to increase its revenue opportunities? Well, the U.S. Black Chambers Buy Black is the first Black certification program. I know some of you are already Buy Black certified. With a business directory, providing businesses that certify specific access to private and public procurement opportunities. Highlights and other benefits. This online program can help prepare you for the contracting space as a documents preparation guide certified today by visiting. And if you're not ready to certify, you can always put yourself on the directory.
Exactly. And again, as I mentioned earlier, that's a great place for people to be able to find you. Certification helps you in the contracting space as well, for city, county, and state government. So it's always, because it's digital, it is an entirely online process. I think doing this application is going to help you prepare for that application. And you only have to be in business a year to be able to become certified. So please take advantage of the opportunity. Again, one of the myriad of resources at USBC.
Thank you, Alisa. Everyone on the call, we have the USBC Resource Desk. It's supported by Wells Fargo, one of our partners. It provides crucial support to diverse and minority-owned businesses. So this resource hub offers expert advice, mentorship, and access to financial tools and opportunities. It aims to promote equitable and economic growth and help entrepreneurs thrive through targeted assistance and strategic guidance. The Resource Desk. USBC has also partnered with, as Alisa mentioned earlier, the Verizon Small Business Digital Ready program. Yes, this is a complimentary program, provides access to crucial resources and cutting-edge tools and expert advice tailored just for small businesses. So please take advantage and enroll and take your business to new heights. I love the Verizon Small Business Digital Ready, because it's fun, it's quick, and it's always building on itself with curriculum and different opportunities. And I asked them, AI is coming down the pipeline, so keep your eye out for that. Alisa also mentioned the Lendistry lending program, as well as, we didn't mention yet, the SCORE mentor program. So USBC has partnered with SCORE, which is, you all know, a highly regarded nonprofit association dedicated to helping small businesses grow and achieve their goals through education and mentorship. We love our partnership, right, Alisa? Because we filter our matches through USBC. So it's not just going cold to SCORE and hoping that you get someone that will understand what you're doing. Come through USBC and it gets matched. You get matched with a mentor nationally. So don't worry about what state you're in.
Absolutely. I think to echo what you're saying, Tiffany, I think one of the nice things about that as well is, if SCORE isn't hearing back from you, they're going to let us know and we're going to reach out to you. So we're really invested in your success. Every one of these resources that you've seen, as well as the Famous Amos Ingredients for Success program, all of these are free to enter, to utilize, to explore. So we encourage you all to do that.
And so we thank you. We've tried to keep it efficient with your timing. We are so grateful to see so many people on the call. Please make sure you keep your eyes out. We're going to send the recording, we're going to send the deck, and we're going to send the bundled answers to the questions that you have sent. I'll also link the rules and regulations to your email as well. So you have that, as well as the website. So follow us on social media at usblackchambers.org. Register today online with us at www.usblackchambers for our upcoming webinars. If today's forum prompted you to have additional questions and interests, just email us at programs@usblackchambers.org. We thank you. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks, everybody. Good luck.
Thank you.